Guess who gets to fight for democracy? It's me! After a long freaking wait time, that's right, I got in there and I fought for democracy and I saved the world. I hate bugs as it is, so if you give me a game that gives me an excuse to just shoot them non-stop, I'm pretty happy about it. And not just bugs, but robots as well. They're gonna take over the world one day, so it's better to get a head start, you know what I mean? This game is like Deep Rock Galactic, except your cause is way more noble, you know? You're fighting to liberate your people from these scary bug and robot aliens, and you're fighting for freedom, and you're not short and stinky and hairy, and you're not, you know, stealing valuable resources from caves and stuff. But on top of that, the entire journey is just a lot more epic. This entire game feels like an action movie where you're just the main character and doing cool stuff 24/7. But how this differs from other games is that you really have to earn it. If you want to be cool, you have to pull your weight and deal with all the chaos that this game is going to throw at you. It's not too chaotic until you reach like medium level, and then challenging is something else. And I have not been able to pass a challenging mission as of yet. There are so many different enemy types and they have different kinds of weaknesses, and it takes you some time to be able to figure out what those weaknesses are. Because of all this variation and the fact that this game will overwhelm you really quickly, you have to play your cards correctly, or you're just surrounded and there's nowhere for you to go and you're scared and you're dying and you're respawning and it's scary. The bugs were a little bit more manageable, but the automatons, they have just so many things that you need to consider. They have their freaking rockets that they can shoot at you and kill you in one hit. They have the freaking landmines that they have planted everywhere. You have to be so much more careful. With the bugs, you just gotta worry that they'll explode or spew their venom on you, and trust me, I've died to that as well. But the freaking automatons! There's something else. Actually, you know what? I need to give the bugs a little bit more credit, because this one stalker type bug that just goes invisible and then kind of teleports to you and has this really long tongue, he's really scary. He brings the bugaboos up to probably as scary as the automaton, so I take a little bit of this back. There were many times that I wish I could have been cooler and done better things, but a few things got in my way. For example, there was a mission where you have to blow up these fuel silos or ammo caches, and we couldn't figure out where they were, and we had to actually Google it and figure it out. This game does not hold your hand whatsoever. Even if it did, that wouldn't help me, because the thing that I died to the most by far was I'd try to be really cool and I'd use this dolphin dive mechanic, and then I would just dolphin dive right into the face of danger. That's supposed to be an evasive maneuver, but I couldn't get it through my thick skull. I just panic pressed it whenever something scared me. So it's not all the game's fault. And on top of that, it's just so easy to die. Friendly fire is on in this game, and I almost killed my boyfriend like 3 times. And there's so many dumb ways to die. For example, I died from fall damage jumping onto the extract ship. I was right there. I was so close. And then there was one time I freaking could have saved the entire game if I hit one anti-tank gun shot, but I didn't. I completely missed, and those things don't reload, and we got overwhelmed and the mission was over. You get to experience a lot of cool moments in the process, of course, where you feel like the damn hero and you're just inputting things, this, that, and that, and you're just epic. You get your friend back up from the dead, he comes back, everything is jolly. But if you're fighting with a very tiny squad, the odds are just against you. That's what you have to understand. In this game, you are just that last man standing all the time, and you have to work together as a team to know what you need next. Do you need to order an orbital strike, or do you need a resupply? The good news is that it's PvE, which for me, because I struggle with games so much, PvE games are pretty much where I thrive. At the very least, you know, the person that I'm fighting, this big old fat bugaboo, it hasn't spent the last 24 hours doing nothing but no-lifing this game. It's not a matter of time or how many guides they've looked up. It's just, that's it, they were programmed that way. And I can fight against that, right? As soon as you replace these people with players, that's it, it's all over for me. I can't compete against other people. I failed a lot in this game, but because it's so fast-paced, I didn't have time to be taken out of the action or feel disheartened or feel upset about it. It was all just go, 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 go. And that's a really pleasant gameplay loop for somebody that is so terrible. That being said, I've only just gotten a taste of what this game has to offer, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna get so much worse. Even if you're terrible, this game is still so engaging, so much fun, so exciting, that it's really just appropriate for everybody. I see a lot of memes out there, for example, that are like, oh, my boyfriend abandoned me for Helldivers, and I'm telling you, girls, like, you should just join him. Get the game too. Hop on there with him. That's what I did, and it's a lot of fun. And you just gotta try to stay alive, and you can probably hold your own enough to just keep respawning and surviving well enough in certain difficulties. Just be prepared, okay? You're not always gonna be the hero that you feel that you are in your head. You're not always gonna be as cool as you wanna be. Anyway, I did did my part in this war, and I'll continue to do my part in this war, even if it's very tiny and sometimes I'm a detriment to those around me. And if you have a problem with that, I don't care. I'm gonna play anyway. Okay, bye.